Katharine, Teen Services Librarian for the Gwinnett County Public Library, and this is our virtual sewing club.
Today we'll be making fabric masks made with cotton fabric and 1/4 inch elastic. These are 3-ply and feature a pocket where you can place a filter if wanted. We'll start with the fabric for the outside of the mask. You'll need to cut one piece that is 9.5 inches by 7.5 inches. Now for the lining fabric. You can make this the same color as your outer fabric or pick something new. You'll need to cut 2 pieces that are 7 inches by 5 inches. We're going to start working with the lining pieces. You're going to fold over the long edge about 1/2 inch and then press the fold. Now we're going to fold over one more time. Take the fold you just did and fold it in half and then press it down. Next, you're going to repeat the folding and pressing on your other lining piece. After you finish pressing, it's time to sew. You're going to sew straight across the hem you just created on both of your lining pieces. It's a narrow seam allowance, so try your best to get it in the middle of the hem. Now that you've sewn across both your lining pieces, we're going to attach them to the outer fabric. You'll lay your outer fabric right side up and then pin or clip your lining right side down to the long edge. You want to center it along this edge. You'll repeat for your other lining piece on the opposite edge. You'll sew the lining to the outer fabric where you've pinned or clipped. You'll sew here with about a 1/4 inch seam allowance on both sides. Now that the lining is sewn to the outer fabric, you are going to press the seams. Then flip your mask over so the right side is down, fold the lining pieces back over so the edge of the seam is even with the outer edge, and press. Now flip your mask over so the right side is up. This next part is pretty tricky and it took me several tries to get it right. You'll basically be making pleats. It's kind of like an accordion fold. You'll pinch and fold and then clip or pin the first one in place. You now want to do this 2 more times, clipping or pinning each one down. Now you want to iron the pleats. You're going to start with the right side and get those nice and pressed, and then you're going to flip it over and do the same on the back side. Now you're going to take this over to the machine and you're going to sew straight down along the side of the lining. You want to sew right up against the edge of the lining on both sides. Now it's back to the iron for the last time. We're going to fold and press the sides of the mask. First, with the mask laying lining side up, fold over the outer fabric until it meets the lining and press it down. Now repeat for the other side. Okay, now you're going to fold again. You'll take what you just did and fold it over on top of the lining. Press this down too and repeat for the other side. It's time for the elastic. You want to cut 2 pieces and they should measure 9.5 inches long. If you don't have elastic, I've seen others use elastic hairbands, ribbon, or cording too. We want to sew the ends of our elastic together. It can be a bit tricky on the machine, and so it can be done by hand as well. You want to overlap the ends of the elastic and stitch a few times where each end lies on the loop. I've done it with the machine here for you to see. Okay, we're on the last steps now. You're going to tuck the loops of elastic you made into the folds on the edges of the mask on both sides. Once you've done that, you'll clip or pin the folds down. You can head to the sewing machine where you will sew the fold down along the inner edge of the fold. Make sure your elastic is up against the outer edge of the mask and try your best not to catch it where you're sewing now. You now have a completed mask. And here's the pocket. Check back next week and learn how to make a drawstring bag.